My name is Dr. K. Srinivasulu from St. Peter's Engineering College. Today, topic is off-wave rectifier circuits and working and analysis under the electron device circuit subject. Today topic is off-wave rectifier circuits, working and analysis. How to working the off-wave rectifier? What are the analysis? What are the factors involved in off-wave rectifier? For example, efficiency, ripple factor, regularization. So these are the few parameters in the off-wave rectifier. According to that parameters, you will select this rectifier is good or not. Once you find the parameters analysis, what is the efficiency of this rectifier, what is the ripple factor, what is the regulation of the off-wave rectifier. So these are all the discussion coming. Okay, how to working the off-wave rectifier. So off-wave rectifier, in off-wave rectifier, we are in the one diode, either silicon or germanium diodes. Simple, it's called semiconductor diodes. One transformer, one RL, load resistor. So these are components are required for working of the off-wave rectifier. For this circuit, you will apply the input signal, AC signal. AC signal means alternating current. Okay. So how to working? Let us see. During the positive off cycle, the diode is forwarding biased condition and it conducts to RL. Conducts means forward bias condition and it is conducts means on state. Forward bias means on state. During the positive off cycle, the diode is working under the forward bias condition. When the diode is forward bias, what happened? The current is passing through the RL. RL means load resistor. The RL is connected output side. Okay. A voltage, when current is passing, a voltage is developed across the load, which is the same as the input signal of the positive off cycle. Okay. Why? Because it is a forward bias condition. Forward bias condition means it is working. In the circuit, the current is passing. How much input voltage applied, the same amount of voltage appear across the load resistor RL at output side. Because it is forward bias. Please to remember, during the positive off cycle of the input signal, the diode is forward bias condition. When the forward bias condition, the current is start flowing in the circuit through the RL. What happened? A voltage is developed across the load resistor, which is the same as the AC input of the positive off cycle. For example, input volt 2 volts. The same 2 volts appear at output side also. So this is happen under the forward bias condition. Please to remember. Next, during the negative off cycle of the input signal, the diode is reverse biased condition. And there is no current flowing. Why? Because it is reverse biased. That means it is an off state. That means the switch is open. That means there is no current passing in circuit. Okay, please to remember. During the negative off cycle, the diode is reversed bias condition. That means there is no current passing in a circuit. Okay. How much voltage appear at output side? Zero. Why? Because the circuit is broken. That means there is no current passing. Okay. Next, current flow through the diode. The output voltage pulse a DC voltage. That is the working part of the off wave rectifier. Now, analysis. So, how to justify the rectifier or the off wave rectifier? How much efficiency? How much percentage regulation? How much ripple factor? So, these things are, you will see now. First, analysis, average and peak currents in the diode. Peak inverse current, average or peak current, PIV, peak inverse voltage. Assuming the voltage across the secondary of the transformer be sinusoidal and its peak value is V maximum. Okay. The instantaneous voltage which is given to the off wave rectifier is Vs is equal to Vs maximum sin omega t. Vs means source voltage. That means input voltage. Vs is equal to Vs maximum sin omega t. So the current flowing through the load resistance is I maximum is equal to V maximum by Rf plus Rn. I is equal to V by R. According to the Ohm's law, current is equal to I is equal to V by R. V means Vs maximum. R means total resistance. Forward resistance and load resistance. That gives the total resistance. Okay. According to the Ohm's law, I maximum is equal to I maximum means maximum current is equal to maximum source voltage divided by total resistance, Rf plus RL. Rf means forward resistance plus RL means load resistance. Next, what is the regulation? Regulation of the off wave rectifier. How to define regulation? Regulation is the difference between no voltage to full load voltage with respect to the full load voltage, and the percent voltage regulation is given as percentage of regulation is equal to V no load minus V full load divided by V full load into 100. Okay, that is the formula to finding of the percentage of regulation. Okay, please remember, please find the regulation of the off wave rectifier. Find the regulation of full wave rectifier. So this formula applicable in off wave rectifier, in a full wave rectifier and bridge wave rectifier. How to find the regulation? Percentage of regulation is equal to V no load minus V full load divided by V full load into 100. Why you use the 100 percentage? For getting out the percentage, that's why you are use the 100. Okay, that is the regulation. This is general formula, either the off wave or full wave or bridge wave rectifier, whatever may be. This is the formula to finding the percentage of regulation. Next, efficiency. What is the efficiency of the off wave rectifier? Efficiency means capability. What is your efficiency? Okay. So during the conduction period and forward bias, its instance value is given by the equation I equal to V by Rf plus Rl. Therefore, V is equal to IR. R means total resistor, forward resistor plus load resistor. That is because equal to V. Voltage is equal to I into R. R means forward resistance plus load resistance. As you know, V equal to Vm sin theta. That is the input signal. Why sin theta used? That is sinusoidal. That is AC signal. So that's why we're using sin theta. Very, very important. V equal to Vm sin theta is the input signal of the AC signal. So the signal is belongs to sinusoidal. That's why we're using sin. Therefore, I equal to Vm sin theta divided by Ra plus Rn. When sin theta equal to 1, the current is maximum. Therefore, I am equal to Vm by Ra plus Rl. Where I equal to Im sin theta. Since the output is obtained across RL, therefore DC output equal to IDC into 2RL. DC, average current or DC current, these two are equal. Sometimes it is called the average current, sometimes it is called the DC current, DC average current, average voltage. Okay. Here, DC output power equal to IDC into 2R. That is equal to average current into 2RL. Where average current or DC current, that is called integral I sin theta by 2 pi. That is equation number 1. Now, what we'll do? Simple integrate both sides from 0 to pi. So, high average is equal to 1 by 2 pi into integral Im sin theta d theta. Please, very simple equations. Very simple mathematical equations. Integrating the above equation from 0 to pi, that is equal 1 by 2 pi into integral Im sin theta d theta. I equal to Im sin theta. In the place of I, you will substitute the Im sin theta. Next, what we'll do? Simple integrate the sin theta. Okay, Im by 2 pi minus cos theta. Integral sin theta is equal to minus cos theta. Okay, Im by 2 pi, substitute the 0 to pi. Then what will you get? What happened? Im by 2 pi into minus of minus 1 minus 1. That become 2 into Im by 2 pi. 2 cancel. Finally getting Im by pi. Maximum current divided by pi. Therefore, DC power output is given. DC power or average current, these two are equal. So here DC power output is given as DC power is equal to IDC into 2RL. That is called Im by pi into 2RL. That is the PDC, DC power. AC power, input is a AC, output is a DC. And AC power input is given as PAC. AC power input is equal to IRMS square into RF plus RL. Where IRMS, RMS means root mean square value. RMS means root mean square. IRMS is equal to integral I square d theta by 2 pi. Why? Because it is the root mean square. Integral I square d theta by 2 pi. Now, integrating the equation number 2 from 0 to pi. What happened? So, root of 1 by 2 pi into integral Im square sin 2 theta d theta. Root of Im square by 2 pi into integral 1 minus cos theta. Sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos theta by 2 into d theta. Okay. Next, root of Im square by 245 into integral d theta minus integral cos 2 theta d theta. Next, Im square by 2 pi root of Im square by 2 pi into theta minus sine 2 theta by 2. Substitute the 0 to pi, 0 and 5. So next what we will getting? Root of Im square by 4 pi into pi minus 0. Finally, Im by 2. Im by 2. Therefore, AC power input is given as PAC is equal to IRMS square RF plus RL. That is equal to Im by 2 into 2RF plus RL. And rectifier efficiency is represented with letter eta. That is equal to PDC divided by PAC. So, okay, any efficiency represented with letter eta, that is equal to output power by input power. That is DC power divided by input AC power. That is gives the efficiency of the half-wave rectifier. That gives the efficiency of the rectifier, half-wave rectifier. The efficiency is always represented with the letter eta. That efficiency is equal to output power by input power. Please to remember that is formula. Efficiency is eta equal to DC output power by AC input power. You know what is the PDC? Output power you know, input power you know. The two are substitute in the above formula. For the values of PDC, I mean output power and AC input power from the above equation. Therefore, eta is equal to Im by pi square into RL divided by Im by 2 square into RF plus RL. Finally, 0.406 RL divided by RF plus RL. That is equal 0.406 divided by 1 plus RF plus RL. Take the RF common. If RF is neglected as compared to RL, capital RL, I mean load resistor. So RF means forward resistor. If RF is neglected as compared to RL, then the efficiency of the rectifier is maximum. Therefore, eta and efficiency is equal to 0.406. 0.406 converted into percentage, that will getting 40.6%. Hence, the half-wave rectifier efficiency is 40.6%. Please to remember, what is the efficiency of the half-wave rectifier? 40.6%. This is in general, in objective question, in gate level also, how much efficiency of the half-wave rectifier? Simple efficiency of the half-wave rectifier is equal to 40.6. Please to remember the final value. Half-wave rectifier efficiency how much? 40.6. Please to remember this value. In general, in objective question and gate level, in competitive examination also, this type of questions are asked. What is the efficiency of the half-wave rectifier? 40.6%. So we know how to get the efficiency. Efficiency is always represented with letter eta, that is equal to output power by input power. After that, what we'll do? Find the PDC, after that PAC. So finally, the two values substitute in this formula, then you're getting the efficiency. That is 40.6%. That is the efficiency of the half-wave rectifier. Please to remember that value. Please keep in your mind. Always. Very, very important bit. Next, ripple factor of the half-wave rectifier. The ripple factor is always represented with the letter gamma. Definition, ripple factor. Ripple content, ripple means noise. Noise. Ripple content is defined as amount of AC content present in the output DC. If the ripple factor is lesser than the performance will be more. So our task, we are always rectify we are always reduce the refill factor. That is the very, very important. So almost as possible, you will reduce the AC content at output side. Output is always DC. Input is always AC. At output side, you are always remove the AC components. So then only the noise will be rectified. The ripple will be rectified. So how much ripple factor is there in off-air rectifier? So ripple means noise. So here noise means AC content. That AC content is reduced in output side. That's the main task of the ripple factor. Okay, so ripple factor is always represented with letter gamma. So whenever the ripple factor is lesser than, the performance is very more. Okay, the ripple factor value is 1.21 for the off-air rectifier. My dear students, please to remember, what is the ripple factor? How much ripple factor of the off-air rectifier? 1.21. Very, very important. So these are all the belongs to off-air rectifier. Off-air rectifier efficiency 40.6. Off-air rectifier ripple factor 1.21. In commutative level, these are very, very important. Okay, so how did get that one? How to got that 1.21? Let us see now. I square equal to I square DC plus I1 square plus I2 square plus I4 square. That is equal to I square DC plus IA square, I square AC. So that means gamma equal to input current by output current. IAC and input current. IDC, DC current. That is equal to I square minus I square DC divided by IDC. That is called IRMS divided by I square DC. Root mean square current divided by I square DC minus 1. That is called KF square minus 1. Where KF is form factor. All of you know the form factor. So here form factor is equal to IRMS divided by I average. I average means IDC. You know, in previous already you are finding DC, I average. Okay. So here IRMS already you know formula. IRMS is equal to I maximum by 2. In previous already you are find out IRMS. So here that value substitute in this one. I maximum by 2 divided by I maximum by pi. After simplification, you are getting pi by 2. That is equal to 1.57. So ripple factor is equal to 1.57 to minus 1. That is equal to 1.21. That is the ripple factor of the off-air rectifier. Ripple factor is always represented with letter gamma. Okay, so here the ripple factor is 1.21 is an off-air rectifier. Please to remember how much ripple factor in off-air rectifier 1.21. Why remembering this value is next to full wave rectifier. Whenever comparing the off wave and full wave and bridge wave, which one is rectifier is best? So when you are, these are all the parameters, when you are comparing these parameters, automatically you will come into the one's conclusion. So half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier, bridge, which one is best? That is a very important question. How can you say which one is best? Half wave rectifier or full wave or bridge wave? How can you say? Comparing the analysis. After that, your conclusion. Sir, full wave rectifier is best, or half wave rectifier is best, or bridge wave rectifier is best. How can you say? Comparing these parameters, then only I am saying, sir. Simple. Half wave rectifier efficiency 40%, sir. Full wave rectifier efficiency 80%. So whenever comparing this parameter, automatically you will come to the one conclusion. Okay, that's why you are always remembering these values. Okay, average value is over, efficiency is over, reply factor is over. Next, transformer utilization factor, TUF. This is very, very important. Transformer utilization factor. What is the transformer utilization factor? It is defined as the ratio of AC power, means input power, delivered to the load and transform secondary AC rating. The AC rating. The TUF of off-wave rectifier is about 0.287. 0.287. So please to remember, utilization factor of the off-wave rectifier is 0.287. So this amount of utilization you are using this transformer. So all transformer is audio frequency transfer. Please to remember, audio frequency means low frequency. In our laboratories, we are using the only audio frequency transformers. That means low voltage. Please keep in our mind, you are using in our laboratories only audio frequency transformers only. Okay, so in our off-wave rectifier, our transfer efficiency is 0.287. Please remember. Next, advantage of the off-wave rectifier. So before I go comes to the advantages, you'll go for analysis of the off-wave rectifier. First, peak inverse voltage or current. I mean average current. Next, efficiency, regularization, and utilization factor, ripple factor. So these are all the parameters. These are all the analysis of the off-wave rectifier. Okay, please to remember the final values. What is the efficiency of the off-wave rectifier? What is the ripple factor? What is the percentage regulation? What is the transformer utilization factor? How much transformer utilization factor? So these are values are always to remember. Why? Because in objective point of view, in competitive examination, in bit paper level also, this question will be asked. Okay. Next, advantage of the off-wave rectifier. So off-wave rectifier is very simple, easy to use. Simple means only one diode, one resistor, one transformer. Very simple. One transformer, one diode, one resistor. The components are very simple, very less. That's why it is very simple. The cost is also very cheap, easy to use. Very easy to use this one. A low number of components. That's the other advantage of the off-wave rectifier. Next, disadvantage. More amount of ripple factor. In the off-wave rectifier, ripple factor is very more. That means noise are very more. Next, transfer utilization factors are very low, only 0.287. Very low, 0.2%. Very low. That is one of the drawback. Rectification efficiency is very low. Efficiency is only 40%. Generate harmonics. That means it generates noise. Why? Because it is input signal AC. It generates harmonics. Okay, these are all the disadvantages of the off-wave rectifier. Okay, thank you for watching this video.